Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me in another live stream. Today we're gonna continue and get as far as we can in Stormblood before the end of this weekend. And I might in the middle AFK for a little bit as I have to message people about tomorrow. We're playing Stardew Valley with Bun Bun, our streamer friend that we met in the wedding and in the FC company that we're in. I'm gonna ask her some questions about how that's gonna go down. But I'm really excited to play that game. I downloaded or I should say I bought it 2 years ago and never did nothing with it. But it should be fun, and they already started a little bit, so we're gonna have to catch up. We have to contribute and have to see if there's any minerals or tasks that are lacking that I should pick up, because that'd be great. All right, let's get to it.
I will send word requesting that he receive us at the House of the Fierce, where there are fewer prying eyes. If all are in agreement, I shall scout ahead and see that the way is clear. Pray follow as swiftly as you are able, and join me on the outskirts of Namai.
We should get a cloak or something to cover her, because too many prying eyes are going to be everywhere. This whole Doma is going to be out for her head. Now you hang tight right there. One day we'll come back for you. All right. Also, might get some ice cream later. Had some ice cream for a little snack. But it was very good. Might go for a second round.
All is well.
I don't know. You went ahead of us.
The others are hiding nearby. Let us proceed quietly, if you please.
My lord here, I am returned.
Oh my god. Shock.
Save your tears for the morrow. For we who yet walk the path should not think too much on the destination. When the hour arrives, we shall welcome what comes with open arms.
Before him.
And welcome it you did, even as the keep fell down around us. At that moment, in your smile, I spied a shred of hope. One which I have clung to ever since. Gosetsu, full glad am I to see you alive and well.
We have played this scene before, have we not? This time our roles are reversed.
That they are. at a loss for words. Welcome back, old friend. Now then, though we rejoice at your return, it seems you have brought with you certain complications. Rise, my friend. Tell me everything. The Empire is bold indeed to send a token force to engage the Confederacy.
As acting Viceroy, Yotsuyu would have been privy to Imperial secrets. The Garleans will not soon give up the chase.
Nay, it will end with her capture or her death.
You a friend, too?
She claims to have lost her memory, though I know not if she speaks true. I brought her here that you might decide her fate.
Lost her memory, you say? Regardless, the people have not forgotten. Her face yet haunts their dreams. She cannot roam free. We will hold her here for a time. Place her in Jufia's care, with the express instruction that she is not to be seen.
Yes, my lord. Come.
No, I don't want to. Don't let her take me away!
It's all right, Suyu. I will come with you. Be a good girl and listen to Yugiri.
From a hound at his throat to a puppy at his heel.
She reverted to a child.
It is a remarkable performance.
Right back when her trauma started.
Ian says, thank you for delivering Gesetsu back to us in one piece. We are lucky indeed to have friends who would journey to the other side of the world to help us, and repeatedly. At that. We have much and more to think upon, but as regards the Empire, we can but watch and wait. Now then, seeing as you've come all this way, you must allow me to show you around the Enclave. I would not have you thinking we've been idle in your absence.
Yeah, let's see. Do you guys grow? Matured?
The rebuilding effort proceeds apace, I'm pleased to say, and we are now ready to welcome home our countrymen who were displaced by the war. Should they so desire it, there is a place here for those who fled to Eorzea. Alphino says we should be delighted to accept your invitation, Lord Ian. And I have no doubt that your subjects at Revenant's Toll will be heartened to hear that their lord has not forgotten them.
Wait, why am I sitting?
Says, hello, it's nothing. I just thought that Gosetsu and Yugiri would be back by now.
Oh, speak of the devil. They hear you.
Yugiri says, forgive me, my lord, but Captain Jafuya is nowhere to be found.
Ian says, oh? He was here when I arrived. Gesetsu says for now, we have taken Yotsuyu to a private chamber and assigned another to watch over her, my lord. But I find it passing strange that the captain should leave his post with nary a word.
Something most severe must have been happening.
Most unusual. If you mean to look for the man, we would be happy to assist you.
Yugithi says we should be glad of the help. While I search without, mayhap you could ask our soldiers here if they know anything.
Hien says I will join you.
Yugithi says with respect, my lord, you should remain here. Should the Empire move against us, you will be better able to coordinate our response.
Hien says ha. And there I was thinking I was in charge. But you have to go on, then. I will
If the visors are sound, you listen to them. If you know what's good.
Haneo says you seek the captain. He passed by a little while ago. I wondered if I should tell someone, as it happens. He did not look well, you see. I asked if aught was the matter, and he told me the past had caught up with him. But I doubt it was that. There are older men in our ranks.
That's a little confusing. I gotta reread it. I was thinking in charge. Okay, you seek the captain. He's passed. I wonder if I should tell someone as it happens. He did not look well. You see, I asked if aught was the matter. He told me that the past has caught up with him, but that was it. So it could mean nearly the literal past. His sins has come to surface.
K-Date says Captain Jifuya. He was headed for the northern entrance when I saw him last. I was going to invite him to train with us, but he did not hear me call out to him. If you need it, I dare say the sentry on duty will be able to tell you more. Indeed, I suggested as much to Mistress Alize when she came asking earlier. Is something amiss? Liberation Front sentry says I. The captain went outside some few bells ago, and looking quite unwell, I am sorry to say. This I mentioned to Lord Gasetsu, who straightway struck out after. I hope they will be all right.
Alize says Gosetsu too. It seems everyone is bent on joining the search. That's all well and good, but someone has to stay behind. There's no telling what the Empire is plotting.
Should I stay behind?
You go on, Cyber. Alphino and I shall hold the fort.
Yeah. I'm here. Where is everyone? Oh, a captain? He doesn't really look like a captain that much. Why are you so scared? He really...
By the Kami, your Lord Hien, leave me, I beg of you. Say nothing of this. I was never here.
There you are.
Lady Yugiri, Lord Gosetsu, forgive me my abrupt disappearance.
You have your reasons, I am sure. Will you not share?
I was her master when she was yet a courtesan.
What?
By the Kami.
She worked in my establishment. Her father was a regular client of mine. One day, quite without preamble, he offered to sell her to me. Yeah, she may be no maiden, he said, but she has some use left in her. He sold her short. When I first beheld her, I was struck by her beauty. And yet, behind her eyes there was an emptiness. It was as if she had given up on life. She seemed more a doll than a woman. It was no profession for her. But I knew she would be popular. And so it proved. Men flocked to drown themselves in that cold, bottomless gaze. The rest you know. She became an Imperial informant, and for her loyal service won the office of acting Viceroy.
While you came to serve the Liberation Front.
'Tis said that the atrocities Yotsuyu committed were driven by vengeance. If so, I bear part of the blame for creating the monster she became.
Yep. And her father. And everyone in her life.
Front was meant to be my atonement. But the truth is, I am a coward, whose only thought was to escape her wrath. Then as now.
I see. Then I shall recommend that you be assigned to a new post. I trust you have no objections, Yugiri?
None. It would not do to leave Yotsuyu in his care.
I am in your debt.
Who is it that you seek to protect, Gosetsu? Idle musings. Pray, pay me no mind.
Yugiri says forgive me, now is not the time for...
Yeah, that's gonna be much more than a short sprint. How will they address this? It's not like a light topic. And how do I get back in there? Ugh. I know it's underneath, but like, where's the entrance? Oh, there it is. Wait, I really don't know. No wonder no one could find their base. How am I supposed to find it? I can't. What? Okay, let me look at the map. Is that it? Here we go. Very sly. If I didn't have the map and kind of an idea where the hole was, I would never found it. That's why he survived so long.
Ian says I thank you for your help in the search. Gesetsu has told me all that transpired. I would not presume to defend the life Jifuya led before he joined the front, nor will I condemn it. Frankly, it is not my place to judge. I will only say this, the Jifuya I know has ever been a man of courage. That he should feel driven to flee bespeaks the depth of his terror. Even now, Yetsuyu casts a shadow over the realm. But the question of what is to be done with her must wait. The Empire is on the move once more. While you were out searching for Jifuya, we received word from our shinobi allies. An Imperial airship has been sighted over Doman soil. Our visitor's objective remains unclear. It may be another attempt to recover Yetsuyu or a prelude to invasion. Either way, the craft reportedly advances at speed, and appears bound for Castrum Fluminis. I mean to go there and ascertain their intent. If we ride out in force, it will only end one way, so we shall keep our numbers to a minimum. Yugadi, Cyber, can I count on you?
Just us three?
Yes, my lord.
Alphino says Alize and I would fain play our part as well. We will not stand idly by while a common foe threatens the lands of our friends and allies. Hien says we would be glad of the help. You are acquainted with Okuro, I believe?
Let me fix my
Seek him
posture.
out and assist in maintaining order in the
I need a posture check every once in a while. Might get loud. I'm gonna move my desk.
When the people see an
Okay.
Imperial airship,
Oh, good.
they are liable to
I'm gonna turn on my fan too.
I would have you reassure them.
If it ever is too loud, just let me know. I have to fix this mic arm. Why I can't stay straight?
Alphino says very well. We shall depart at once. Do take care. Gesetsu says what of me, my lord? Hien says the Empire may well be after Yetsuyu. You are to remain here and guard her until my return. Gesetsu says, as you wish. Pray stay close to Cyber and Yugami. Hien says well, guard duty and not a breath of protest. Now I have seen it all.
That's how much they changed.
Luminize. Then, let us find out what the Empire's game is.
cave, then how am I supposed to get there? What? Down? Is it even possible? No way.
The area is secure. Whatever our visitors' purpose, they plainly believe they can achieve it alone. The craft should come into view at any moment. Let us await them inside the castro.
That sounds like a trial. Oh, wait, I remember this trial. It's when we make them fall asleep. What is that smoke?
A smoke signal? Thoughts, Yugiri?
In former times, such signals were used to announce the coming of an emissary of peace. In Doma, at least. But could that truly be their intent?
Who can say? Whatever they want, we cannot simply blast them out of the sky. Not when they were so gracious as to honor one of our cherished traditions. I would not have it said that we Domans want for propriety.
Then I shall go and reconnoiter.
Nay, that won't be necessary. We will meet them openly. I would welcome this student of Dorman history in person, whomsoever he or she may be.
As you wish, my lord. I shall arrange for a signal of our own to be fired in answer.
Scientist,
Well,
Empire.
that we should be received by the Lord of Doma himself.
God. Choose your words carefully.
I but afford an emissary of peace the courtesy he is due. Welcome to Doma, my lord.
Ah, where are my manners? I am Asahi Sas Brutus, Ambassador Plenipotentiary of Garlemald.
He is heir to the Naiuri clan, and Yotsu's stepbrother.
It seems I need not introduce myself, not in the presence of the famed Yugiri Mistwalker. Your skills as a shinobi are known far and wide. my lady. It is true. The former acting viceroy is my sister. Yet, bonds of kinship aside, we have precious little in common. As will soon become plain, I come not to sow strife, but to end it. I am of the Populares, a collective which represents the interests of the common man. Long have we labored to bring about reform to the Empire's provincial policy. Happily for us, our master acknowledges the need for change. Indeed, His Radiance, Emperor Varys Zos Galvus, personally sanctioned this mission, granting me the authority to speak with his voice. To negotiate peace with Dorma.
Negotiate.
Well then, we have much to discuss. Will you accompany me to my hall?
Gladly, my lord.
I don't know about. I don't know about. I don't know how the discussion is gonna go. But give me one moment.
We shall escort our guests. Yugadi, pray go on ahead to the Yuzuka Manor docks and see that the ferries are ready.
I've heard this song in a bit. Either that house or the lighthouse. Or the docks. The right.
Yugadi says Lord Hien and I will accompany the Imperial delegation on the first ferry. When you are ready, speak with the boatman and join us on the other side.
1 second. Got a message. Okay. If I don't want a mission, I want you to get me to the other side.
Mercantile dock.
I'm confused. Where are we? This is not the place where... Oh no, this was the staging grounds for when we stormed the castle. Look at this quaint door. Can I go through it? I can't. They open up like a little shop here.
The basket is clearly designed to hold a large quantity of items, but for what purpose you can...
Donation basket. Ooh. Money. You speaking my language. I'll be back. Wait, who's that? Oh, there's people here. Last time it was deserted. Oh wow, this changed a lot. Or have I never been here? Nope, I've never been here.
Ian says there you are, Cyber. So, first things first, what do you think of the Enclave? I must say, I'm quite proud of what my countrymen have accomplished in the time. We even have an ether right now, courtesy of the Anoshishi. Be sure and attune to it, would you? Once it has the Warrior of Light, people might actually start using the thing.
Well, I leave my signature every time I use it.
The ambassador and his retinue are at my hall, taking their ease ahead of the negotiations. I want you there when the talking starts. It will serve to send a message to the Empire that Eorzea and Doma stand united. I am not normally one for hollow posturing, but in this game of nations, such gestures carry weight. Oh, and should you feel uneasy about speaking for the Scions, Alphino and Alize will also be there. You need only eat, drink, and look imposing. Say you'll come.
Yeah, sure. I'll come.
I knew I could count on you. When you are ready, come and join me at my humble abode, the King. The guardsmen will see you in.
Getting hungry. Maybe I get some more ice cream.
Heankin Guardsman says Lord Hean is expecting you. May I show you in?
Another enclave.
On behalf of my delegation, I offer you my humblest thanks. Never did I imagine that I would meet the gallant and noble Lord of Dorma himself, nor be welcomed into his magnificent hall.
This is our kissing up.
You'll forgive me if we forgo the pleasantries. You say you are come to negotiate peace. Unless I am mistaken, such negotiations are typically conducted between sovereign nations. I was not aware that the Emperor had recognized Dorma's sovereignty.
His Radiance has yet to do so, that much is true. Know, however, that he has expressed willingness to cede Dorma to her ancestral masters and treat with her as a friend. Since the days of Emperor Solus, the Empire has aggressively expanded its territory.
Just to
While you may not agree with our founding father's policy of expansion, I believe there is room for discussion on the matter of his lifelong goal, to rid the world of icons. Icons are a blight upon this star. They cannot be suffered to exist. This you know as well as we. In his wisdom, Emperor Varus wishes to explore the possibility of an alliance to combat this common threat.
alliance.
On the condition that Dorma renounces summoning and pledges to police the Korgians' practice of it, his Radiance would extend the hand of friendship.
Dorma has never shown any appetite for summoning, and it should go without saying that we will address any threat to our people, icon or otherwise. With regard to the Korjin, I must stress that they only resorted to summoning under extreme provocation. When the Ruby Sea was at peace and their sacred relics safe, they looked not to their kami for protection. Yet even now there are certain parties who would destabilize the region with ill-conceived military forays. Unless they alter their course, we cannot hope to be rid of icons.
Quite. I can but apologize. In seeking to eliminate icons, the Empire creates them. 'Tis an irony among ironies, one with which the people of Eorzea are well acquainted, I am told.
Indeed, many summonings are the result of persecution, the weak being driven to call upon the divine for deliverance from the strong. So it was in Alamigo, the bitter fruit of Garlean oppression.
A tragic state of affairs. If we are to put an end to summoning once and for all, it shall not be through might, but harmony. Yet we continue to repeat our mistakes, oblivious to the lessons of history.
Where are you going with all this?
My comrades and I would change all that. We, Populares, have campaigned long and hard for a shift in imperial policy. And at last, the Emperor has seen fit to lend us an ear. Alas, there is a faction within Garlemald that would obstruct our every attempt at reform. A collection of pure-blooded Garleans who seek to consolidate their
Oh,
own
he was the
supremacy.
guy that was
The Optimates.
clenching his fist when he hurt the other people.
Lest you wonder, theirs was the hand that loosed our forces on the Confederacy, 'Twas a regrettable incident, one that flies in the face of everything we believe. And I swear to do all in my power to prevent a reoccurrence.
That would be most welcome. But if I may speak plain, if the Empire itself is not of one mind, how can we be certain that any peace we negotiate will be honored?
I cannot blame you for doubting us. Indeed, I should find it strange if you did not. And so, in the name of building trust, I would like to make a proposal. A prisoner exchange.
Exchange? What prisoner you have of us?
Under Garlean rule, no few Dormans were conscripted into the Imperial army. We would repatriate them in return for those of ours you captured in the recent conflict.
Wait.
Naturally, any exchange would include the acting viceroy.
Yotsu? What makes you think we have her?
Forgive me, my lord. Was it not your wish to speak plain? Let us not play games. I desire only to work to our mutual benefit. The Optimates tried and failed to take my sister by force. I would succeed by peaceable means, thereby strengthening my party's hand. 'Twould be a lie to say I would not also be glad of my sister's safe return.
A fellow plain speaker. How refreshing. Very well. Your proposal has merit, but I will need time to consider it.
Of course, my lord. May we remain in Dorma until you have come to a decision?
You shall be our honored guests. Yugiri, I leave the ambassador and his retinue in your care. See that they are well looked after.
My god. Taking care of your enemy?
You have our gratitude, Lord Hien. We shall look forward to your answer.
We have no reason to protect her other than that she's an innocent person, kind of, at this time, mentally. But the body has sinned.
Hien says, well, that was unexpected.
Oh my god.
Since you can say that again. I still don't know quite what to make of it all. But on the surface, a prisoner exchange does seem a good way to begin. The question is, can they be trusted?
Hien says they had not to gain by divulging the details of their internal divisions. As it stands, we have no reason to doubt them. But the ambassador's mention of Yotsuya left me ill at ease. It made his grand talk of peace seem uncannily like a lengthy preamble.
Yeah, all this was just to get the vice.
Alphino says you think this might all be a ruse to facilitate her retrieval? Hien says perhaps, though I cannot fathom why they would go to such lengths. Yet Suyu may have been the acting viceroy, but she is not Garlean, nor even highborn. Her value must presumably lie in what she knows.
Before we let her out, we need to get that information.
Which brings us to the little matter of her memory loss. In her present condition, she would not yield any worthwhile intelligence. Nor is she worth much as a bargaining piece. Alphino, you are well acquainted with the Empire's methods. I would have your thoughts on this matter. Alphino says my knowledge is at your disposal, Lord Hien. While the ambassador's proposal is appealing in principle, it would be remiss of us not to give it due scrutiny. Hien says indeed. Though it seems to me I have little choice but to accept regardless. With so many of our brothers and sisters languishing in imperial camps, I cannot well turn my back on a chance to secure their repatriation. Only the kami know when I will be afforded another. But ere we continue, shall we excuse these two? I fear what follows will bore them to tears.
Alize says I was just about to show myself out. as a princess. Come on, Cyber, let's leave Alphino to dispense his copious knowledge.
Okay. Yeah, these final details I'm not good at. Just give me an enemy to fight.
Alphino says someone is still sore from being made to watch at Sakazuki. Go on and keep Alize company. We are safe enough for now.
Okay. Oh, the hunger is getting to me. I'm gonna get some more ice cream. I'll be right back. I got a little more than just a few snack. I made myself a little plate.
Alizé says a chance to relax at last. I know when I'm out of my depth, Cyber. Though no weapons are drawn, a negotiation is no less a battle, and the stakes can be every bit as high. One misplaced word and people could die. It takes someone with a cool head, and I'll be the first to admit that's not me. So we're left with the eternal question, what to do while they prattle on? All right, for want of a better suggestion, what say you to a brief tour of the newly liberated Doma? I'd be interested to hear how the people are faring in their own words, and it's not as if we'll be missed here, or will we? XIV says Cyber. A moment, if you would. Alizé says XIV. And Asa I, was it? You have some business with Cyber?
Asai says business? No. Pleasure, my lady. I merely wish to exchange a few words with the famed slayer of gods and champion of Eorzea. It is truly an honor.
Alizé says such heartfelt admiration. One could almost forget that you're an envoy of the Empire.
That's why she should not be at the meeting.
Asai says, oh? Is that so strange? We may have stood on opposing sides in the past, but I see no contradiction in lauding the man who would do battle with our common enemy. And lest you forget, this is my homeland. It would be remiss of me not to at least thank him for containing the threat posed by the Kojin's vile icon.
You know, compared to the Empire, that Koji was nothing. Kojin.
Now, if I may continue, as we speak, Lord Hien deliberates over my proposal, and I would take this time to see the land I once called home. Though Lady Yugadi is certain to be a jovial escort, the excursion would be all the more enjoyable for your company, and safer besides.
I don't want to. I don't know much about him. If I knew more of his character.
Has the right of it. He is not like to come to harm with you at his side. Will you join us?
Hey Lauren, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I'm all good. Trying to get through Stormblood as much as we can for this weekend.
Alize says in that case, I will join you as well. There is naught else to do until Lord Hien has reached his decision, and I can think of no finer way to learn more about the current state of Doma.
Asai says it's settled. Then, the four of us shall make a brief excursion through Yansha.
What will the people think? Seeing
Might
Garlean.
the town of Monzon? I would see what has become of Doma Castle.
Yugavi says very well, if you will follow me.
Not gonna lie, this is an odd one. Where are they? Oh, should have went to the docks.
Asai says nay. Can this truly be Monzon, home to the cream of Doma's samurai? I had heard that Yetsuyu intended to send some few of our automata here, but only by way of warning. It should not have come to this. Indeed, her savagery served only to incense the people and spur them to rise up in protest. It was folly to think such methods of governance could ever prove effective. The sooner we can begin to make amends for this senseless destruction, the better. Securing supplies and support for the reconstruction effort should not prove difficult, once our nations are formally at peace, of course.
Oh no, they're trying to do the Lend-Lease program. This is communist versus capitalist all over again. You gotta tear yours. You gotta send money now.
Yugavi says, yes, of course. If you would have a better view of what remains of the castle, we must proceed through the ruins.
What are you gonna do? Nothing. That's what. Actually, they don't attack me. Oh, there. Oh no. Its ears are his arms. Vile. Absolutely vile.
Asai says it is a travesty. A travesty. I remember the keep being so beautiful. In the light of the setting sun, one would swear it was aflame.
Yugavi says it is indeed a doleful spectacle. Mayhap we will rebuild it one day, when we have finished helping our people to rebuild their lives.
Asai says spoken like a true popularist. The needs of the people must of course come first. Speaking of whom, would you be opposed to my seeing how they live firsthand? The village of Namai is but a short journey from here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yugavi says by river, yes. If you will follow me, I will ready our boat.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh, it was. I was wondering if something's gonna happen.
Asai says ready to cast off?
What are we gonna find here?
Get back! I'm warning you!
Someone's in trouble.
Why are they here? What?
Are you all right?
Dad, look. He's sus. Did they hire the red Koji to attack?
Hi.
What do they want with you?
Yuki, and you lot too. I don't know. We were returning from the Enclave when they came at us.
It seems they won't go quietly.
And neither will we.
I wonder what happens if I let them just win. I mean, of course, fail, but would the story say something? Where are their skills? He's doing a little more damage than everyone else. Nothing crazy though.
Leave this to me.
In for the youngins, how dare you? How dare you aim for the youngins? Who said that? You're gonna die now.
The art of my forebears.
These animals. If they truly decided on taking this job and attacking the weak, then we shall take them out. Oh my god. Why do you lose? Why do you lose?
That seems to be the last of them. You have nothing to fear, child. You are safe now.
He's a warrior too.
Thank you, sir.
Even if
You saved us again. Thank you. If you're ever passing by our village, look us up. You'll always be welcome.
you gotta start fixing the security around here. How did they get so?
We arrived when we did.
Indeed. But what could have prompted the Red Kojin to stray so far from the Ruby Sea?
I presume these are the sellswords hired by Yotsu. If so, the answer is simple. Desperation. Bereft of imperial employment, they seek other means to line their coin purses. Another sad legacy of the Empire's mismanagement.
The Empire to which you have sworn allegiance.
Must you always be so pointed? If we are to bring about lasting change, we must look beyond narrow allegiances. You have every right to doubt me, but in time, I hope you will come to see that we share a common goal.
I don't know, your tone of voice, it doesn't convince me. Something about it is sketchy.
You and yours have fought fiercely to change the Empire from without. But if we are to end the cycle of conflict, the Empire must change from within. Am I wrong?
It looks so menacing.
I knew you would understand. You have witnessed such change firsthand, after all, during your time in Ishgard.
How much has he researched me?
Asai says, "Dear me, I had hoped to convey my views on our nation's shared hopes under more peaceable circumstances. Yet this regrettable little interlude did afford me a chance to see the famed hero of Eorzea in action, and few Imperial soldiers can say that. At least, few who live to tell the tale." Well, after that little ordeal, I believe it may be time for us to return to the Enclave.
Alisace's return, my lord. But what of Namai? You seemed so eager to observe the villagers going about their daily lives.
Good eye, good eye.
Asai says, to be frank, I still am. But I rather doubt the good people of Namai would take kindly to the sight of a man in imperial uniform with blood still dripping from his blade. Even in your company, my presence would only prove a distraction. Fret not, however. Thanks to the three of you, I have seen a great deal more than I otherwise would. And with any luck, Lord Hien will have finished considering my proposal by the time we return.
It's too perfect. It's sus. I don't know if I'm a suspicious person, but that sounds too sus. Where? Oh, okay. Like it worked out too perfectly. And it also kind of made it seem like we cannot keep our own citizens safe, which is not good.
Mercantile docks skip.
Yugivi says thank you again for agreeing to join me. If not for your aid, the Kojin may well have overwhelmed us. Pray go on ahead. Lord Hien is expecting you. I will remain without and keep watch over our guest. Alisace says well, we had best not keep him waiting.
Kiankan guardsman says you are expected. Sir, shall I show you in?
And I'm muted again. Great. I was saying that this is his choice to make, not my choice. I don't need to be stressed out about this.
I had hoped you might take the opportunity to recover from your exertions at Sakazuki. But I gather your time was well spent. Until the ambassador affords Yugiti a chance to make a full report. However, I must rely on you to supply the details. So please, tell us how it all unfolded.
What unfolded? What?
Alphino says the Red Kojin? Here? Have there been any other such incidents since the liberation? Hien says not that I am aware of. If they are planning some new venture here in Yansha, we will need to increase patrols. In any event, I am indebted to you for fighting them off. But tell me, and don't be modest, was Asai truly the first to leap to the youngster's aid?
Yes.
Alizé says he was. I was quick to doubt him when we first met, but his desire to save them seemed quite genuine. It's possible he truly believes what he's saying.
Hien says in the time I've known you, you have always been an excellent judge of character.
Oh my
What do you
god.
think of the ambassador?
Think. His actions. Let's see by his action. He wants to go out and see the city. He did leap forward. Did protect them, did fight him off. He wanted to go back. He wants to make his group in the government more better. Have more favor. But just from the way he speaks alone, it sounds suspicious. I don't think he could be trusted yet. This is my gut feeling saying he cannot be trusted.
Then the question of what his true intention maybe remains. Regardless of his aim, I am resigned to playing his game. For now, at least.
Alizé says well, forswearing summoning should be simple enough, considering you never dabbled in it in the first place, which just leaves the somewhat thornier question of how to police the Red Kojin.
Police the Red Kojin. Why would they want us to do that? One, they don't want the summoning. Two, they know something of the Red Kojin that will take a lot of work in the future to deal with. So they want us to deal with it, or they planning on instigating some fighting in Doma for then they could join and attack. If they were planning on summoning, we will get involved either way. And if the Empire is funding them, we will get involved either way. And if they want to create their version, we will also get involved. So there is no problem in policing them, other than policing them should not be the word. It should be, we will protect our own and we'll keep an eye on them. But the Red Koji has to answer for what they've done today and everything else. Will they sacrifice their own sovereignty and standing in Doma for some coin?
Hien says it was with that very question in mind that I sought Alphino's counsel. Thanks to his knowledge of the icons and the rituals used to invoke them, I believe we've identified a workable solution.
What? Stop at the shrimp?
Alphino says, as you will recall, Sasano was summoned forth using the power of relics locked away in the Kojin's treasure vault on the Isle of Zeki. Those said relics remain there to this day. It is all but certain that the act of summoning exhausted their stores of ether, making subsequent summoning impossible. Assuming that is the case, preventing the Primal's return rests on denying the Red Kojin the means to amass new stores of ether, either via the acquisition of crystals or the relics they are wont to collect. Hien says for this, I plan to enlist the aid of our friends the Blue Kojin. Since Doma's liberation, we have forged closer bonds with Bunchen and his people, and with their support, I am quite confident we can keep the Red from obtaining what they require to call upon the Sasano.
So we just get all...
Hien says they will be exchanged as agreed, and I will give full credit to Asai for the success of the transaction. If there is what we can do to help the Populares garner favor, I mean to see it done.
Get that info.
But first, I have some unfinished business to attend to. Would you all come with me?
Alize says yes, of course, but what manner of business?
Gutsetsu? Will you give it up?
As a past mistake which I would see put right. One which has weighed heavy on my mind.
I had her brought here in secret while the three of you kept our guest company. The world has not been kind to you, it is true. But that does not excuse your sins. You should be at the bottom of the river. Yet here you are, the living, breathing proof of my failure. A failure for which I would now make amends.
Are you trying to test Gutsetsu? Gutsetsu? If he is loyal to you?
What did I do? I don't remember. Was it really so terrible? Tell me, please! What did I do?
You speak of sins, my lord. But at whose feet do those sins lie? With the soldiers who committed the crimes, or those who commanded them to do so? With both, I would say. For all have a conscience, and all must choose. But with no memory of who she is, or what she has done, what sin remains to be cleansed?
You ask that I show mercy.
I ask why the heavens saw fit to deny me my rest. Why Yotsuyu was spared not only death, but the bitter memories of her life.
You truly think it the will of the Kami?
Shaking.
If so, her life is not mine to take. It is yours to safeguard.
So they will know there won't be a prison exchange.
Come the hour of the exchange, if her memories have not returned, she may remain here in Doma to live out her days as Tsuyu. But if they do, the Guardians shall have their viceroy. Though the people will protest, they will come to accept my decision when they have been reunited with their loved ones.
Thank you, my lord.
Now then, I believe we have kept our guest waiting long enough.
That decision.
Did Gosetsu not seem strange to you?
Oh my god.
His sympathy for Yotsuyu apart, I mean. I know his powers of endurance only too well, but after all he has suffered, even he should not be on his feet.
Oh, you're at this bit? He is a miracle. He survived. Hey, Anno. Oh, by the way.
Puts on a brave face for our sakes, but it would not surprise me if he lacked the strength to raise his blade.
Maybe he really got hurt badly.
Though I suppose if he and Yotsuyu are to enjoy a life of peace and quiet, he will have little use for it. It falls to us to shape that future. One in which he need never again set foot on the battlefield.
That means this negotiation has to go well. How's your day going, Animal? Oh, yes. New armors. Striking, maining, fending. None of these are for me.
With Yetsuyu safely in Gesetsu's care, all that remains is to answer Asara's proposal. I realize other matters demand your attention, but I would ask that you stay a while longer to see this business through.
I have to. Can't just leave. Remember what happened in the other enclave? They attacked us. Okay, then. That's good. I had to adult today. Yeah. The struggle continues.
My apologies. Our deliberations took longer than expected.
Think nothing of it.
Aww.
The time afforded me the opportunity to go on a rather rousing excursion through Yansha.
Now it's true.
You have reached a decision then?
We are willing to cooperate with you in combating the Icon threat, and also in the exchange of prisoners. Assuming
Oh, that's
you
too
accept
cute.
our conditions.
You guys.
As you know, your sister is in our care. Due to certain complications, however, we are hesitant to
Yeah.
release her into your custody.
Complications?
She was inside Doma Castle when it collapsed. Though she survived, she remembers nothing of her past life, not even her name. To clarify, she is in our care not as a prisoner, but as a vulnerable citizen of Doma.
Are you saying you refuse to release her?
Not at all, if her memory returns before the appointed hour.
And if not, what exactly? You will accommodate her here in Doma?
Yep.
Well, I sincerely doubt she will be of any great strategic value to the Empire. She spends her days daydreaming of Dango.
Dango. How dreadful. Very well. In light of our recent misstep in Sakazuki, it seems only fair that I show you the same understanding you have shown us. Though I do have one small request. Regardless of Yotsuyu's value to the Empire, she is yet my sister. Before I leave, might you permit me to speak with her in private?
Hell no.
Of course. Perhaps you could even bring her a plate of dango. She would be most pleased. Yugiri will see you to her chambers.
That's a mistake. A person could kill another person if they're skilled enough with just their hands. How can you do this? This is a mistake. Yugiri better be fast enough and Gesetsu to stop whatever he's about to do. Actually, I should have went with them.
Gesetsu says for
You're here.
my lord, but has he not been gone over long? Perhaps
Are you
Hien says calm yourself, Gesetsu. I understand your concern, but we have to wait. He deserves that much.
Okay.
Asai says I am sorry to have kept you all waiting. Thank you for your understanding. Long did I dream of this reunion, but never did I imagine it would be so joyless.
Oh,
May hope your
I'm so
stories of
scared.
recognition were just that. But alas,
Yeah,
this is
I know. Yuguri is a master shinobi, but you know, I don't know if she's a bad person right now. She's innocent in my eyes through her mental state, but I had a panic.
Gesetsu says, Tsumi, do you remember anything of this man? Anything at all?
Yatsuyu says no.
Asai says I am a stranger to her. That much was clear to me from a single look. I'll leave her in your care. Hien says as you wish. Asai says now, if you will excuse me, my superiors are long overdue a report. They will be elated to hear of our agreement, of that I have no doubt. As for the exchange itself, once I have obtained the relevant permissions, I will arrange for your people to be relieved of their various duties, and sent here to Yansha.
Animal.
This will take time.
Your animal. Your animal is an animal. Just calm down. It's true. No true words have been spoken, but there's someone else in the chat.
Hien says of course. You may rest assured your soldiers will be well cared for until your return. We will also begin taking steps to better counter the threat of the Kojin and their icon. Before you take your leave, there is one other matter. I am informed it was you who took the lead in rescuing 2 young domans from a band of Kojin sellswords. I have not yet had the time to thank you properly. Asai says please, there is no need to thank me. I only did what anyone would do under the circumstances. Fortunately, I was in good company at the time. The blight of the Red Kojin is of the Empire's making. Were it not for our transgressions, those children would not have needed saving.
Ain't nothing wrong with complimenting. As long as it's just that. Right, Lily? Just a compliment.
The people of Doma have suffered enough, my lord, and I promise to do all in my power to spare them further pain, be it at the hands of the Kojin, or indeed the Empire.
I'm a married man, I know. In-game. You failed to realize that extends outside the game. The ball and chain has been attached.
Hien says I pray the Emperor will see things as you do. There may yet be hope for us all. Asai says until we meet again.
Is this true, Lily? You know, that went way better than I thought was gonna happen.
Hien says Gesetsu. As before, I leave Yatsuyu.
Maybe she's a sleeper agent and he's told her like a secret word, like I don't know, I'm busy in a dungeon. Damn. Animal, I guess you're free until as long as she's in a dungeon. Yeah, always an adventurer.
I invite the rest of you to join me outside. Let's treat Asai to a proper farewell. The ambassador's airship awaits at Castrum Flume.
Cutscene time.
I wish you a safe journey.
This has been a most enjoyable visit. I look forward to our next meeting. Maxima, would you take the others and see that all is ready for our departure?
What, is the ship gonna turn around and start shooting?
Without first giving thanks to the Warrior of Light for accompanying me through Yansha.
You're gonna. There it is.
Mark me, savior of the savages. There will be a reckoning.
You just gave away your plans.
You've nowhere left to run, traitor!
Ignorant savages! Killing us will avail you naught. For every Imperial you cut down, 1,000 more will come. Abandon this foolish endeavor and surrender. You may yet serve our righteous cause.
How dare you speak of righteousness? You who forsook kith and kin to serve conquerors! Be glad I grant you this mercy.
Who's that?
What in the...
Oh, Zenus? Oh no, that's the Empire. No, that's Zenus.
Reinforcements? No, just one! Cut him down!
Your hero already took him down. So
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
This one is promising. Who remains to offer us resistance?
A host of rebels led by Lord Cayenne hold the Enclave across the river.
Lord Cayenne.
oh, this was before the Mad King.
The king of the former king of Dorma, sir. They say he is one of the greatest swordsmen alive.
Is that what they say?
Yeah, this is a long time ago. At least, what, 25 years ago?
Who was that? Surely you jest. That was Xenos Galvus, legatus of the 12th, the Crown Bloody Prince. I heard he was strong, but that was frightening.
That was Lord Xenos.
Yeah, dude is crazy.
Everything you are, your power, even your face, it vexes me.
The ultimate hater.
Go on. Lash out like the beast you are at an emissary and jeopardize the newfound peace between Dorma and the Empire.
It's okay. I already took you guys out.
My lord was destined to lead us unto a glorious new age. Your light is nothing to his radiance. I will cherish this moment, lock it away within my heart, until the day we meet again.
The coward. He says all that and runs away. There's no goal to act on it. Damn, I'm towering over them.
You look troubled, my friend. Was it something he said?
Of all the memories to witness.
I had my doubts about him, but I would never have guessed he was a disciple of Xenos. My lord.
Calm yourself, Ugidi. I set no store by him or his enlightened brethren. But if by treating with them there is even the faintest hope, we might secure the return of our conscripted brothers and sisters, I must play this game. After the way I risked their lives in the rebellion, I owe them that much.
My lord, you bear no blame for their fate.
If not blame, then responsibility. They were prisoners, and still I chose to fight, knowing they could be executed in retaliation. But now we have a chance to bring them home. If it means bargaining with a monster, so be it.
My lord.
Besides, I think he likes me, which is more than some can say.
By God, he's probably lying.
Alize says it makes no sense. Why would he bother keeping up the pretense for so long, only to drop it?
Alphino says perhaps he no longer thought it necessary, having secured Doma's cooperation in the prisoner exchange.
Or he just couldn't help it.
Hien says if he truly is a disciple of Zenus, 'tis possible emotions simply got the better of him. Remaining calm around the man who slew his lord will have taken its toll.
Yep.
Whatever the explanation, now is not the time for hasty reprisals. We shall proceed as planned. The Red Kojin must be placed under surveillance and the Garlean prisoners made ready for the exchange, but you need not concern yourself with
Thank God. I don't want to deal with it.
Leave the affairs of Doma to us when the hour of the exchange draws near. We will call for you. Alphino says I should certainly hope so. Whatever the Empire's true intent, we would be on hand to play our part, either to defend Doma, or to help usher in a lasting peace. I had thought we might use this time to return to Eorzea, but given the volatility of the situation, mayhap it would be best if we remained in Kugane.
Maybe.
Says agreed. Between Yatsuru's amnesia and Asar Ai's dubious agenda, I'd say we have ample reason to remain in the neighborhood. If anything should happen, anything at all, you must send for us at once.
Hien says, oh, I will. On that you have my word. Charting a path through this sea of troubles promises to be difficult enough. I am not so proud as to attempt the feat alone. Alphino says to Kugane, then, Tataru and the others must know of what transpired here.
Speaking of which, where is Tataru? He's been gone for a minute. Is he still back in the... Yep, in the Ruby Bazaar.
East Aldnard Trading Company aide says greetings, honored sir. Will you be entering the Ruby Bazaar offices?
I was go with the sultry reconstruction plan.
My, it seems you're all in quite the predicament. Well, should we receive any urgent missives from Doma, rest assured you will be the first to know of it.
Tataru says yes, of course. We're discussing ideas to replenish our coffers, but I suppose that all can wait if any urgent news should come through the office.
Alphino says ahem. About that, I wish to apologize, Tataru. It was reckless of me to make such a purchase without first consulting you. You may be certain, however, that I mean to reimburse the science, even if it means drawing upon my personal funds.
Tataru says that's very thoughtful of you, but I'm sure it won't come to that. If Soroban's business proposition is as promising as it sounds, Cyber should have no difficulty wiping the red from our ledger.
Not this reason. Yeah. I can't stand it when you make that face. That's so funny.
Alphino says, forgive me, Cyber. It would seem I have unwittingly heaped my financial troubles upon you. I swear I will pay you back. Though I fear I will struggle to cobble together anything of monetary value, knowledge I can gather in abundance. To start, I plan to investigate the divisions forming within the Empire. Mayhap Ryle and his associates have heard something on the subject. Regardless, the more we know about the politics of Garlemald, the better our chances of predicting the Imperial's next move, which might yield you an advantage on the day of the prisoner exchange. Knowing what we do of Asai's apparent resentment towards you, I cannot say what he hopes to gain from it. But if there is even the faintest chance that a lasting peace could be forged between Doma and the Empire, what choice have we but to try? Lord Hien had the right of it. Asai may very well be a monster, but we must play his game. For now...
So the quest is still out there. Striking, maining, fending. Striking, maining. No striking. But the problem, do I do that side quest or they're gonna make me do it?
Asai says arranging the prisoner exchange proved easier than I thought. Yes, my lord will be most pleased. Everything is going according to plan.
Oh, they want to bolster their...
Can you truly remember nothing? Nothing at all?
Were we friends?
Yes. We were good friends, you and I. In fact...
Oh, there it is.
I pray that one day soon, as you gaze into that mirror, you will remember the woman staring back at you.
The tracking device. Slash... maybe... capturing audio?
It's so pretty. Who are you? Who are you?
We should put them through an X-ray to see what's inside. Imperial capital. Scientist. I thought we beat him.
How are you feeling, my lord?
Huh?
Fine, now leave me.
What? But we saw him kill himself. How's that? That makes no sense. Wait, no one took his body. I told him to burn the ashes or burn the bones. What? I need an explanation. Casting, that's the one. No way he escaped. I'm gonna need some wild story to tell me how he escaped or
Alphino says
turned back to life.
Impeccable timing. We have just received a letter from Lord Hien. He writes that the Domans are coordinating their efforts with the Blue Kojin to maintain a constant watch over the Red. By staying on the lookout for signs of crystal hoarding and the like, they mean to nip any summoning attempts in the bud, thereby satisfying the conditions for peace set down by the ambassador. For the Garlean's part, the Populares have sent word that a vessel bearing Doman conscripts is soon to arrive in Yansha. It would seem that the prisoner exchange is to proceed as planned. Lord Hien requests your presence, and I share his view that you should be on hand at this critical juncture.
Alizé says according to the letter, Yatsuyu's memory has yet to return, so it looks like she'll be living out the rest of her days in Doma, assuming the ambassador means to honor the agreement, of course. Before we get to that, however, I think it would be wise to assess her condition one last time. If the demons have missed any change in her mental state, however slight, it would be better if I weren't the one to spot it.
Alphino says agreed. Let us make straightways for the Enclave. Then, Lord Hien will be waiting. I trust you will cope in our absence, Tataru?
Tataru says don't worry about me, I'll be fine. Just be sure to come back safely.
Cthulhu got many outfits changed this expansion. I think like at least 3 or 4. Everyone else got a new one. I'm not sure if they got a winter version. He's not gonna stop me. You weren't gonna stop me from jumping off. Could have just flown to the Enclave itself.
Mercantile Dock Skipper says,
Or I mean teleported to the city. I have the teleportation. Oh, I can't fly. Maybe that's why.
Kiankan Guardsman says Lord Hien is expecting you. May I show you in? Hien says, I see my letter. Though I wrote at some length on the subject of the forthcoming exchange, there was one other matter I neglected to mention. It concerns Gisetsu. As you may have observed, he returned from his ordeal rather the worse for wear, and despite his
Oh my
efforts
God.
to conceal his condition, or perhaps because of that, he recently collapsed. Alphino says, good gods. Is he alright? Hien says confined to bed and grumbling without cease, but he has shown signs of recovery. He made me promise not to tell you, lest you worry unduly. Which was all very well when you weren't here. Now that you are, however, I think it high time you receive some visitors. Might you spare him a moment?
Of course.
Scarce left his side, and I imagine you are curious to see what has become of her as well. Alphino says we will visit him at once. Cyber, Alize, shall we?
Poor guy. They didn't treat his injuries? No, they did. He just sustained too much.
Open wide now.
That's a sight.
Pleased to you. I'm not so frail that I cannot feed myself.
Cap, we saw all this.
I grow weary of the taste of gruel.
You don't like it? Can I fetch you something else?
Aye, wine. Or if that is not wholesome enough, I don't know. A sweet persimmon from Namai? I enjoyed them in my youth.
A persimmon?
Nay, pay me no mind. I am full. Besides, we have guests.
You're just letting her walk out. That's crazy.
I hope we are not interrupting your meal. We had heard you were confined to bed and thought you might welcome some visitors.
Confined to... A gross exaggeration. A trifle drained from my exertions, perhaps. But with a little rest, I shall be fighting fit again in no time.
Man.
Take off your clothes.
What?
Gosetsu, is this how you've been spending your time?
Go
My
for
lady, I assure you, this is not.
Off with them. We need to wash you. You stink.
Look, a mountain of a man. That's crazy.
What are all these scars? There are so many of them.
And one of them you did.
A life of battle will leave its mark upon a man.
Uh-oh.
Is something wrong to you?
It's nothing. I'm fine.
But leave me be, woman. I will not be fussed over like some newborn babe.
I mean, he was so big it covered us, so we probably didn't see that.
Hien says they make a convincing pair, do they not? On first acquaintance, I would think him a doting grandsire and her a model grandchild. Alphino says indeed. Had someone told me a year ago that I would live to bear witness to such a scene, I would have declared them mad. That aside, I am relieved to see Gosetsu has lost none of his spirit.
He's just more tired.
Alize says, but what a turn of events. I mean, for her to suddenly be watching over him. You couldn't make it up. Although I suppose Gosetsu is an old man. With the way he charges through life, it can be easy to forget.
Hien says he has resisted decrepitude with the same defiance he showed the enemies of Doma.
Now that Doma is free, his body's giving up.
But no matter how adamant his will, no man can carry on forever. He has pushed himself beyond the limits of endurance too many times. Even if his health returns, the fact remains, he will never again be the warrior he once was.
Or could it be the sword? The sword was giving him strength.
He has given his all for Legion land, and we will ask no more.
Alize says, and what of his nurse? If Yatsuyu is feigning that, well, she certainly has me fooled.
Question mark says this is no pretense.
Alize says Yugithi. Out of all of us, I would think you the hardest to convince. So, what makes you so sure? Yugiri says I have been spying on Natsuyu from the shadows, waiting for
Of course.
that would betray her charade for what it was.
She probably was in the room.
But her mask has never slipped. Not once. She has remained in character from the first. One evening, I watched her as she sat in her chambers, unguarded and alone. She had taken the dishes from the cupboard and was pretending to prepare dinner right there on the tatami. A child's game. Even the wariest shinobi would not go to such lengths. I can but conclude that her mind is truly broken.
There's something could fix it.
Alize says, well, that's good enough for me, and everyone else, I would hazard.
Ian says aye, the matter is settled. Getsuyu will become Tsuyu, and begin a new life here in Doma. Before that can happen, however, we will need to present her to the ambassador one last time, to prove that her memory is truly gone.
Oh god.
But I would not risk parading her in front of our returning conscripts. Her presence at the exchange would only stir up mutinous thoughts.
Alize says understandably. She as good as fastened the chains around their necks.
Ian says aye, which is why I mean to conclude this business with Tsuyu first, out of the sight of my countrymen.
Oh god, I'm nervous about all this stuff.
Service. There is no higher purpose than the pursuit of peace. Ian says my thanks. The Garleans are on their way, and we must prepare to welcome the ambassador. We will meet you at the docks with Tsuyu.
Sue, you guys going that far? I feel like it's a little too soon to meet with them again, but... Alright. Yeah, we're right back. And get some water. Okay, let's keep going. So, meet them outside at the docks.
Alphino says, shall we wait here, then? Lord Hien should not be long. Hien says my friends.
Oh my god.
She is nowhere to be found. Alphino says what? That the Garleans will be landing in a matter of moments.
Alize says if she's fled, could it mean her memories have returned?
Hien says I know nothing. Yugadi is scouring the streets as we speak, but it is possible Tsuyu has left the Enclave altogether. Captain, a word. Did you perchance carry a fair-skinned woman across the river? Enclave skiff captain says a fair-skinned woman, my lord? I do not rightly know. I think, yes.
Oh god.
Yes, my lord. Now that you mention it, there was a lady among the passengers whom I do not recall having seen before. Her face was hidden by the brim of her hat, but I remember taking her hand to help her onto the boat. White as new fallen snow, it was. Was she someone important, my lord? Have I done something wrong?
No, no, thank you.
Says wrong? No. No, I was merely hoping to catch our guest before she departed. Be at ease, Captain.
Alright, so we have to run and get her.
It would seem that Tsuyu has crossed the river. Kami, help me. No good can come of this.
I feel a battle coming along. Casting, where are you? Casting concert. Really? All that is higher level. Ooh. I might leave this on for the rest of the night.
It seems Tsuyu has gone unrecognized thus far, but Kami help us if the responsibility for her disappearance, for all of this, lies with me. But I would... Alphino says we are at your service.
Alize says you go on ahead. Someone should let...
Hien says we have no way of knowing where Tsuyu is headed, so we had best divide our forces. I will... Cyber, forgive me, but could I ask you to interrogate the residents of Yuzuka Manor? One of the Namazu may well have seen our quarry. If everyone is in agreement, let us board the skiff, and hope the Kami smile upon our...
My god, you guys talk too much. We could have sat down the boat ride. Like, alright, this is a plan. Once we're like halfway there. If someone in the village finds her, this is gonna be a mess. Oh god, does he know?
Juzin says welcome to Yuzuka Manor. Yes. I have seen no such traveler, I am sorry to say. Gyoku says, unusually pale skin? Yes, yes. She had just crossed the shallows east of here, and was headed in a northeasterly direction, for the most part. Her steps did not seem certain. If you hurry, you might still catch her.
Wow, they told us for free? How amazing is that? Surely he must be drunk.
You see no sign of Yotsuyu to the north. Still no sign of Yotsuyu. Perhaps she is yet farther to the...
Oh my god, how did she get so far?
Yotsuyu is nowhere to be seen, but lying on the ground a short distance to the north, you spy a familiar-looking wide...
Oh no, she's coming to this village. Crap.
A cursory glance is all that is required to confirm your suspicion.
This is not freaking good.
Hien says Cyber. Before you ask, our search of Kusakari and its surroundings has
Yugivi says Mistress Alize has gone to assist.
Hien says, how did you fare?
Just follow me to the village.
Towards Namai? By the kami. If the villagers recognize her, it will not end well. We must hurry. Yugivi and I will check the patties. The village square is yours.
Why? You should have went to the village. Why are you putting me in this position? Oh my god.
Greetings. Might I have one of your... Wait! Please! I only wanted a persimmon.
Kami, save us! Her spirit has returned!
She's back from the dead to seek her revenge!
Oh, shit.
It can't be. She couldn't have survived.
What did I do?
As if you don't know!
Good people of Namai, be at ease, I pray you. You have naught to fear.
My lord, forgive me, but what is that monster doing here? They told us she was dead.
I too was surprised to learn of her survival. More even than you, I would hazard. 'Twas I who cut her down, I who left her to her fate. But it would seem the kami had other plans. By some miracle, both she and Gosetsu were spared when the keep collapsed, though Yotsuyu's preservation came at the cost of her memory.
You're saying she's forgotten? Forgotten everything she's done?
Lies! Lies! My lord, she would say anything to escape punishment!
What does it matter? We have not forgotten her crimes, and we demand justice! I beg of you, Lord Hien, draw your blade and rid us of this canker!
What I saw then, it's all true. I'm sorry! so sorry.
You're sorry? And what? We're supposed to forgive you?
Here, there's no need to cry. Can't you see how scared she is? How can you be scared of her? She's not the same.
Until such time as her memories return, this woman shall be known as Tsuyu and treated as a citizen of Doma. I will, however, see that she is watched at all times. Rest assured that there will be no more unannounced visits to the village. As your lord, I ask that you leave her fate in my hands and suffer her to live, for now.
Please, Issei.
All right. I'll keep my peace. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
Wow. I couldn't even breathe. Wow. So she's starting to regain her memories, at least of things she's done.
That would have been better avoided. But at least it did not end in bloodshed. And judging by Tsuyu's reaction, she remains oblivious to the events of her former life. This was no escape attempt.
Yugivi says nay. It seems it was an offhand request of Gosetsu's which brought her to Namai. She came in search of a persimmon.
You should have. Even if she has no memory, you have to inform this new person of what is supposed to be done.
Hien says ha, and they say fruit is good for the health. I do hope Gosetsu finds the taste to his liking. Well, we have certainly taken a long way around, but let us continue on to Castrum Fluminize and our meeting with the ambassador. Alphino and Alize should still be there, conducting their search.
Go take the falcon. Oh, the stress I felt in that moment. My God. And those poor people, they were just having a normal day. And then a demon shows up to their door and asks for fruit. They must have been tripping.
It seems our Imperial guests have already arrived. 'Tis time to meet with the ambassador.
What is gonna happen? My chains are closed. I lost the aura.
What a pleasure it is to see you once more, Lord Hien. Not to mention my dear sister.
A pleasure to see you too, Ambassador. Forgive us our late arrival. You have our people aboard the airship?
Exactly as agreed. We would leave you in no doubt as to the purity of our intentions. I dare say it was the self-same spirit of cooperation which prompted you to bring Yotsuyu here today.
Indeed. Before excluding her from the exchange, I thought it only fair that you see her condition for yourself. Physically, she is in fine health, but her mind is unchanged.
So I see. But all need not necessarily be lost. In anticipation of this tragic turn of events, I took the liberty of inviting some special guests.
Huh? The parents?
Ah, Yotsuyu. You look well.
Are the people that bullied her?
Of all the people.
Is something wrong, dear sister? These are our beloved parents. Does not the sight of them bring back sweet childhood memories?
Of course. His memory is of torment.
Gosetsu. I have to take this to Gosetsu.
It would seem my little surprise was not sufficient. You needn't glare at me so, Lord Hien. I merely did what any loving son would do for his family. Lest you doubt, I am content to leave the acting viceroy in your care. Pray, treat her as you would any daughter of Dorma.
This guy, I really don't like him.
Do not grow too fond of this place, dear sister. You will come back to us ere long.
We continue with the exchange as planned then.
Very good. The structure across the river should serve our needs. We shall await you there with the conscripts. If you would bring your captives.
Agreed. Until then, Ambassador.
Not the eastern bow. This guy.
I knew better than to trust XIV, but that was a dirty trick. Still, unpleasant as it was, we have at least put the matter of Tsuyu's future to rest. I have sent her back to the Enclave with Yugadi to give Gisetsu his precious persimmon. Come, let us follow them.
Alize says you have that look, Alphino. What is it?
Alphino says, oh, nothing of consequence, most like, we can discuss it upon our return.
He's another form of twisted. In that environment, no one would be sane afterwards.
Visit to Gisetsu and reassure him about Tsuyu's fate. He will want to know that the Empire has finally relinquished its claim on him.
That prison exchange could still go bad.
Gisetsu, are you awake?
My lord, come in, come in. When Tsuyu returned, her eyes were red from weeping. She spoke not a word, simply sat and peeled some fruit she'd brought for me. She then claimed weariness and retired to her chamber. Tell me, what happened to upset her so?
The ambassador arranged a surprise reunion with her foster parents. A misguided attempt to restore Yotsuyu to her senses. It was plain their presence caused her great distress, but she seemed otherwise unaffected.
Yotsuyu was mistreated as a child, was she not? It was a cruel trick to use her tormentors like that, knowing the pain it could cause.
I like this Asahi less and less.
Be that as it may, he has agreed to allow Yotsuyu to remain with us in Doma. Our primary concern now is to hand over the prisoners without incident and bring our people safely home.
There was one other detail at the meeting which caught my attention. I assume you all noticed the rather suspect crates within the castrum. The Imperials were quick to retrieve them afterwards, but I wonder.
Out with it, brother. You fear they might contain bombs or war machines?
If the ambassador wanted me dead, he has had ample opportunity. No, assassination is not his intent, but we should be on our guard for other acts of treachery.
My lord! Forgive me, but the Lady Yotsuyu, she's gone.
What you mean she's gone? Oh my god. You're supposed to watch her, which means stop her from leaving.
I beg your pardons, my lords. I was certain she'd fallen asleep.
No, the responsibility is mine. 'Twas I who gave her a room instead of a cell. She may simply have wandered outside. We will organize search parties. Might I call upon your assistance?
You guys are stressing me. Lord Ian, take more responsibility.
Help!
What the fuck? Oh.
Help
Those are the parents.
me.
If only I had remembered.
Oh, crap.
He should hate me. But I will not suffer his kindness. Not after what I did to him.
Who's there?
Oh, it's you. What are you doing out here in the dark?
This is the Enclave, is it? When the soldiers dragged us back to Doma, you were the last person I expected to see.
You're the bane of our existence, Yotsuyu. A font of misery. You couldn't even do us the simple courtesy of dying, could you? Oh, no. You had to live and taint us with the shame of your failure. We had a perfect life in the capital, and now they're making us wallow in this muddy ruin like common swine. I don't deserve this.
Now, dear, that'll do. There seems little point in berating the girl when she scarcely remembers her own name. Our time would be better spent contemplating how we're to survive this unhappy predicament. You've kept your looks at least. I suspect you'd fetch a handsome price with the right buyer. Maybe enough to get us to Kugane and start a new business.
Ah, my beloved parents. No sooner do I wake from gentle slumber than the world returns in all its cruelty. Yes, this is how it always was. How it was meant to be. Very well. If I cannot escape my nature, then I shall embrace it. To the very depths I have sunk, my soul steeped in spite and rotten to the core. The self-righteous hide behind justice, but I need no such mask. Father, Mother, was it not you who made me into this monster? Who taught me the truth of this miserable world? For years I knew naught but the taste of pain and humiliation. But the time has come to savor my vengeance against Doma. Against all my enemies. And it begins with you!
Yotsuyu! What?
You know? Deserved. But if you're back, then you must end it.
Well done, dear sister. Did I not say you would come back to us?
Brother dearest, what a surprise.
Why is he alone by himself?
You always were a cold-blooded little worm. I doubt you thought twice about sending our parents to their deaths.
Your dagger yet drips with their blood, and you presume to judge me? To be frank, I didn't think you had the strength to slay them so cleanly. A single thrust each. I'm impressed.
Oh my god, they're both crazy.
But surely you can't be satisfied with murdering a pair of doddering elders. You yearn for a deeper vengeance, and the power to see it through.
That's a bomb, and that's the trigger.
Please, I don't want to die.
Well, you're dead.
Any sign of her?
What about this?
What happened here? I knew what would happen if she recovered. And still, I did nothing. You say she left with her brother? Whatever he wants with her, he was willing to pay for it with his parents' lives. But this is neither the time nor the place. We must gather the others.
Damn. That's such a shame. She had potential. You know? The world is the cruel. And you promised that you would keep an eye on her.
We have recovered the Nyurus remains, and will hold the cremation anon. Would that they had never again set...
Paid by the parents, they deserve it. Yeah. They definitely deserved it.
I broke the news to Gesetsu myself. He was quiet. I think it best that he be allowed some time alone with his thoughts.
Grade 2.
So,
A shame.
my friends, that which we feared has come to pass. Yet Tsuyu has regained her memory and returned to the Imperial fold. It is, by any measure, a cruel twist, not least for Gesetsu, but one which does not invalidate our agreement. According to the terms of the contract,
Oh my
we are
God.
bound to surrender Yetsuyu into the Garlean's hands should her condition improve prior to the hour of the exchange. By that reckoning, all is, if not as it should be, then, as it must be. This I can accept. But what I cannot accept are the unconscionable lengths to which Asai went to achieve this outcome. Given his recent conduct, and his apparent admiration for Zenus, it is plain he cannot be trusted. And that is to say nothing of the unexplained containers he insists on bringing to our meetings. Whatever the ambassador is planning, I think it unlikely our negotiations will end peacefully.
I think we should go rescue our... You should go rescue the people. You see the airship? Go get them. And fight them, you have to.
In the event of hostilities, the safety of the conscripts must be our first concern. As such, I would have an escape route in place before the meeting begins. Alphino says a wise precaution. If the main structure of Castrum Fluminis is to be the stage for the exchange, then I believe a thorough inspection is in order.
XIV says the citadel has stood empty ever since the Imperial withdrawal. While we took steps to ensure that it could not be defended by an occupying force, it is entirely possible that the ambassador has arranged things there to his advantage. I will slip inside and make certain we have an unobstructed exit.
Alphino says, pray allow me to join you. I have some experience of Imperial facilities. And should matters take a turn for the worse, I would hope to be of at least some use. Hien says, very good. That should be enough to guarantee us a way out of the castrum. Beyond that, however, we will need a ship to ferry the conscripts back to the Enclave. Even with every skiff we have, it would take several trips to evacuate everyone.
So I just gotta hold out.
A Confederate Sikibian, on the other hand, would require only a single run, and leave us far less vulnerable on the water. Assuming, of course, Rashu can be convinced to part with one.
Rashu?
Alizé says, might I take the lead on this?
Oh, the pirates.
I've had dealings with Rashu and his pirates before. And I won't be alone, will I, Cyber?
No, this is gonna still going.
Much appreciated. I quite fancy parleying with pirates again. It's just a shame she won't be there to reprise her role.
Hien says, I am certain you would make a persuasive pair, but I think I will accompany you to these negotiations all the same.
XIV says, my lord, the ruler of Doma should not be seen consorting with common brigands.
Hien says, come now, XIV, they stood with us against the Empire. If we would ask their aid once more, we must treat...
XIV says, indeed, my lord. Pray forgive my presumption. By your leave.
Let's go. Quickly now.
Hien says, and we should be on our way to Anakora. Time is short, and Rashu may take some convincing.
Oh, right. No, Rashu is a whole other place.
Rashu says, now there is a face I did not expect to see. What brings the noble lord of Doma into the company of bilge rats such as we? Kansui says, if you've come to offer Doman chains in place of Garlean ones, then I'm afraid the trip. Hien says, ha ha ha. And what fine subjects you would make. With your fleet at our disposal, our restoration efforts would be hastened tenfold. But let us speak seriously. I stand before you not to demand your fealty, but to request your aid once more. Rashu says, mayhap you are confused. Doma's liberation was but a means to an end. We aided you only to save ourselves. Now we have no such incentive. We have sworn no oath to you, and will not come running like hounds at their master's whistle. Hien says, and I would not presume to treat you thus. I come to petition your cooperation as an ally of equal standing. Kansui says, equal standing, you say? Seems a bit lopsided to me. Where's the profit for us in all of this?
Alize says profit. Must you always think in such short-sighted terms? Have you ever heard of doing the right thing?
Pansui says, have you ever heard of pirates, little miss?
Please.
Simple souls, you pay our tithe, you sail in peace, deny us our due and we take it by force. We'll pull you out of the water if we see you drowning, but we are not in the business of doing something for nothing. Ian says, calm yourself, Mistress Alize. We did not come here to moralize. We came here to talk. According to records recovered after the liberation, relatives of your Doman-born brethren were among those conscripted into the Imperial Army. And as you may be aware, we recently negotiated the return of said conscripts. Many, alas, will arrive to find no families waiting for them, no homes to grant them shelter. I would ask that you offer them a place in the Confederacy. You would not be rescuing strangers, but welcoming brothers and sisters into your ranks. And has not the Confederacy been in need of new recruits?
It's true, very wise.
Rashu says you seem well informed of our affairs, Lord Hien. Tansui says the losses we suffered at the Garlean's hands are no secret. But since we drove them out of Doma, the Ruby Sea has come alive with traders and travelers. So many vessels to tax, so few pirates to tax them.
So there you go.
We could do with some more hands on deck, and doubly so if they're familiar with the inner workings of the Empire. Rashu says very well. The Confederacy agrees to your request. You will have your ship. But before that, you must do something for me. The vessel I have in mind was damaged during your battle with the Empire. Though we have mended her, she is yet to be declared seaworthy. She is sound enough down below, but when you load her up with conscripts and the waterline rises, those upper planks had best be free of cracks. Assuming you want your people to stay dry, you will do me the favor of swimming around the hull to check for weaknesses. That is, if Doman lords are not averse to getting their robes wet.
Yeah, he's not gonna go swim around.
If we each inspect a third of the ship, it shall be done in a trice. Rashu says that is the spirit. The ship is moored at Quitscape Pier. Our apprentice shipwreck will be on deck to hear you.
Yuguri and Gatsetsuku are gonna be tight. He did what? He swam around what?
Alize says, and I thought I had a knack for piling with pirates. For the record, my previous attempt was an unmitigated success, and yes, I should have quit while I was ahead.
Hansui says, well, I thought the rumors exaggerated, but the young lord lives up to his reputation.
What? What was that? That he doesn't mind getting into the thick of things? He will swim in the waters if he gets the mission done. I can't check the waters if they're... Oh, there he is. I see him. I'm gonna ask him, how's it going?
Hien says the water is so invigorating. I have no... You see no signs of...
He probably did. Like, this is probably fine. He just wanted us to swim in the water.
Upon closer inspection, you spot a small crack in one of the planks.
Hello, Dodi. Thank you. I'm really glad you like it. What? Yeah, everything looks good.
Ayanashi says I'm the shipwright, apprentice shipwright. Did you find anything that might need attention?
Alize says the section I inspected seemed solid enough.
Ayanashi says, on the port side.
I found something? I wasn't paying attention.
Alright, I'll have a look and see what I can do. Hien says my apologies, I seem to have lagged behind. I could float in that gentle sea all day, otherwise, I am happy to... Ayanashi says your Lord Hien. The captain sent you to inspect the hull? Kami have mercy. Forgive us this discourtesy, my lord. Hien says ha. Is quite alright. In fact, I rather enjoyed it. I take it you are of Doma? Ayanashi says yes, my lord. The Imperials took my father away after the uprising, and I had nowhere else to turn. The Confederacy became my family. But someone told me they're releasing the conscripts now. Maybe my father will be among them. Not that I can go back, there's no leaving once you've joined. Question mark says how fares our lady? Is she seaworthy? Ayanashi says captain. We found a small crack in the port side, but I'll have it fixed before you know it. Rashu says I see you have met the boy. Did he tell you his story? He babbles when he is nervous. Should his father be among the conscripts, as he hopes, I mean to give him the choice to leave this life. If he so chooses, I expect you to see they are provided for.
Of course.
Hien says I have heard that those who join the Confederacy forswear all ties with kin and homeland. Is that oath so easily put aside? Rashu says if I allow it, I see in him the lad I was 25 years ago. You say the words, you mean them, but the yearning for home still lingers.
He would have returned home if he could.
My family is long dead, and I know this life is my lot. But he has scarce dipped his toes with us. If there is a life for him in Doma, he should have the chance to live it. Hien says well said. The Empire's conquest has uprooted many and more. Be it in Yansha or out on the Ruby Sea, we have a duty to ensure that Ayanashi and others like him are free to dwell where they desire. Rashu says then the matter is settled. I will make preparations to cast off. Hien says well, my friends, it seems we have our ship. Let us return to the Enclave.
My god, I want a waypoint that's closer to that. This is not a close thing by any means. But it's not forever.
Mercant. and guardsmen. Ian says it seems Yugadi and Alphino completed their task before us. They have been waiting.
Yugavi says we scouted the structure and determined the swiftest path to safety. In the event of hostilities, we will lead the conscripts outside with all possible haste.
Ian says from there, the Confederacy has pledged a ship to ferry us across the One River. Now we have but to attend the exchange, and pray to the kami these precautions were unnecessary.
Fusion and strength. Temper increases strength for the twice the duration of similar potions. Dexterity. Vitality. Intelligence. Mind. Probably mind, right? That's the thing for my class, at least. Uh-oh.
While we were putting our contingency plans in place, I left Takuro in charge of organizing transport for the Imperial prisoners. He will see they arrive at the appointed hour, leaving us free to rendezvous with our Confederate allies. Come, they await us on the riverbank not far from the castrum.
Alright, to let you guys know, tomorrow I'm not going to be streaming at a normal time. I'm probably going to be streaming at 8 to 8:30. And we're going to play Stardew Valley with Bittersweet and Bun Bun. So I don't know if I should come at 8:30 or 8, because I heard that they need to build a house for me to get in. But around that time, I'll be live. I know it's pretty late, so if you have to sleep, I understand. But the VOD will be up. The VOD will be up. So if you want to watch it anytime, you can. It should be very fun. I'm very excited for it.
Enclave skiff captain says honored hero. You seek passage of...
If this is a dungeon or something that might take some time, I might leave it. We could do it tomorrow, maybe before Stardew Valley. When's the marriage? I don't know. We have to see, you know? Compatibility. That's why I installed the Valley. See how it is possible a home in the future.
Confederate skipper says your party is assembled, then? Hien says aye, and ready for what lies ahead, I trust. Lest there be any confusion, though. The tower across the water is to be the scene of the exchange, that, and whatever else aside. But regardless of the ambassador's intentions, we will bring our people home. Yugadi, you are to evacuate the conscripts at the first sign of trouble.
Yugavi says yes, my lord.
Alphino says we, meanwhile, shall cover their escape, and lend what support we can. Rashu says your ship awaits you at the castrum's loading docks. She will see you safely home. Hien says then all stand ready to play their part. Come, let us be about it.
So will you and Bun Bun be streaming together or have two different streams? We will have both our different streams. There's something to do to combine streams, so if you want to watch both of us, you can at the same time. Not sure if I have unlocked that ability to do that, that might be an affiliate thing. But I'll definitely look into that and see if Bun Bun is down to activate that feature. For you want to see what both of us doing at the same time. Bet we both of us are going to be streaming, and we'll be in the Discord call. So you guys want to join the Discord call too? We'll be in Bun Bun's server. Should be very fun. Oh god, I activate this thing, but let's see. We have 10-ish minutes. Let's see. Rock, paper, scissors for it.
The hour has come. The conclusion to these negotiations will mark a new beginning for Dorma and the Empire. A first step on the road to peaceful coexistence.
Indeed. We are ready to proceed with the exchange when you are. Forgive my curiosity, Ambassador, but is there a purpose to these containers you bring with you?
Oh, the supply crates. They are filled with materials we hoped might be of use in Dorma's restoration. I meant to gift them to you at our last meeting, but we had so much else to discuss.
How very generous. I confess I had not expected such compassion. Welcome though it is. But then I was also surprised by the news that one of our captives had delivered herself into your custody ahead of time. A minor discrepancy I shall overlook in the spirit of the occasion.
Are you perhaps referring to me, Lord Hien?
She's already smoking that stuff.
Yotsuyu.
Orphan of the Naori, widow of Sashihai, and acting Viceroy of Dorma. You and your people are mine to govern, mine to punish!
Well, well. It would seem your shattered mind is mended. As per our agreement with the Ambassador, you are free to return with him to the Empire. Your authority as acting Viceroy, however, is no longer recognized here.
My position is not for you to decide,
little lordling. All who resist the rule of the Empire must be purged. Such was the order given to me by Lord Xenos himself. I will reign here in this putrid, pestilent swamp until the last of you has been broken. This land shall know no dawn. I will spew forth darkness and drown all in eternal night. And high above you I shall shine, uncaring, cold and distant as the moon!
What are you on about? Oh. Oh, you're summoning a primal?
What has she done?
Oh gods,
This is a summoning.
Oh, it's a relic. That's why the Red Koji was attacking her, or attacking the village. They were after the relic that got stolen. Makes so much sense. Just, no. How do you say that? Ooh, it's cool. I feel like I know that name. I've seen it in different animes. Oh wow. That's a sight.
A dormant citizen has called forth an icon in direct violation of our primary agreement. The negotiations have failed. Abandon the captives and make preparations to withdraw.
But Ambassador!
Disobey me, Pilus, and you disobey the Emperor. Make preparations to withdraw! Now!
As you command.
My lord, you must fall back!
You ask me to run?
Strategic withdrawal.
Against such a foe, I would be more hindrance than help. The field is yours. We will withdraw, but not without our countrymen. I want every soul accounted for. Every soul!
My lord.
Just a one-on-one? This is gonna be interesting.
I knew you would not flee. I see now the strength which flows from that baleful light of yours. But I am become Tsukuyomi, goddess of the moon and divinity of night. What power can compare to such celestial majesty?
She's a bunny.
I shall plunge all I despise into darkness. And within that black abyss, even your light shall flicker and fail. Come, let us cast the stalks and look upon the fate of Dawn. I see a future in which the sun sets on this wretched land. Once and for all!
You know, with those words, I can't really stop. Just go up to her. Say it to my face right now. If I could use NPCs, I'll do it. No. Yeah, I gotta leave that for tomorrow. We could do that before the stream. Alright then. With this intense moment, I'll make you guys wait. No, I'm playing. Alright, have a good night, guys. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. So I'll probably stream at 8 exactly. Do this real quick. And then 8:30, we play Stardew Valley to relax. Have a good night, Animo. Have a good night, Lily. Thank you for being here as always. I hope to see you tomorrow. Take care.